tonight. Who will police the village of Liverpool? The question is simple, but coming up with an answer isn't as easy. Also, this blaze is proof positive that brush fire season is here. So what can you do to avoid a brush fire? And more than 100 Central New York women play a role in a major breakthrough in the fight against breast cancer. This is News 5 at 11 for Monday, April 6th. Good evening, I'm David Muir. It has been fiercely debated for years who will police the streets of Liverpool. Tonight there is an answer to that question. News 5's Julia Cruz was at the village board meeting all evening tonight. And Julie, I guess what we're wondering is what was the outcome?
Well, David, after much debate and many months grappling with this decision, tonight the village board decided to go with its own police force and not sign a contract with the city of Syracuse. The decision came after very much debate. Many village residents feel that going with what the village calls its internal model will raise tax dollars. Even members of the village police force were pushing for the return to the Syracuse merger.
24-hour long-term.
Mayor Bernardi's position and the city's position, administration, is that if you grant us this contract, that we will absorb all 10 individuals into the city payroll.
Retreating into the past would be the worst possible course. Taxpayers cannot afford to keep spending money on anachronistic and redundant public entities as if the tax base in this county were not shrinking and as if high local taxes were not driving businesses and jobs out of the community.
Well, whether returning to the village force will lead to higher taxes remains to be seen. But David, there is very little doubt that a lot of thought went into this decision. In fact, regardless of their feelings, many residents tonight were commending the board on their decision.
We've been talking about this for years. Is this it? I mean, is this the end?
It remains to be seen. I mean, they're going to try this out, and hopefully it'll work for them.
All right, Julia, thank you very much. A reminder tonight how quickly fire can spread outside this time of year. Several fire companies in the suburbs west of Syracuse battled a good-sized brush fire this afternoon. It happened just off 690 west near the Lakeland exit. About an acre of brush went up in flames. The wind didn't help matters. The smoke could be seen from the fairgrounds, and the fire did eventually peter out, we are told. But an investigator with the Onondaga County Fire Control says brush fire season has begun and will continue through probably May. It's the time of year when the snow is melted and the grass and bushes are still brown. And here are some tips tonight from Fire Control. First, if you're doing spring cleaning and you decide to light a fire to get rid of the brush, be advised it is illegal in many areas. Also, if you do start a fire outside, keep a careful watch. If there's any wind whatsoever, don't burn anything, and be sure to keep the fire away from dry vegetation. The Syracuse Firefighters Union says a city firefighter in the 911 center would have made a difference in the response to February's fatal fire. Smoke from the Lincoln Park Drive fire killed a mother and her 3 children. The head of 911 told Syracuse Common Councilors about the series of human errors that led to the delay. However, the Firefighters Union feels the delayed response did not have to happen.
If that would have been an experienced Syracuse firefighter sitting in that chair, there would have been no question that call would have been shipped to dispatch and Syracuse fire rigs would have responded.
An Onondaga County grand jury is now compiling its own report about the 911 delay. That report could recommend punishment for the employees involved. It is due out in a few weeks. A Syracuse teenager has admitted his role in a drive-by shooting which left a teenager dead. 17-year-old Rashawn Sullivan pleaded guilty to murder charges in Onondaga County Court this morning. 18-year-old Jason Crawford was killed in the incident, which happened last November on the city's south side. Sullivan is one of 3 men who was charged in connection with Crawford's death. He will be sentenced later this month. The man in charge of Hillbrook Detention Facility is blunt. He says conditions at Hillbrook will get worse if the overcrowding problem isn't solved soon. Hillbrook is the local jail for underage offenders, and last week it was 20 people over capacity. Things are so crowded, they're sleeping kids in what was a recreation center. So far, Hillbrook has avoided serious problems with its teenage inmates, but the staff is strained and tired. Hillbrook's chief says just locking up kids is tempting, but it's no answer.
You can't assume that every child that gets in trouble is going to be a violent felon, because that is not true. They're not all going to be violent felons. But if you treat them as violent felons from the very beginning, you're increasing the chances that they are going to be a violent felon.
Harmon says the big problem at Hillbrook is kids are left in the facility far too long. He says if the length of stay was cut, Hillbrook's overcrowding problem would disappear. Coming up here on News 5 at 11, the Dow Jones Industrials get up to their 9,000 point for the first time. What does that mean for you? And where does the stock market go from here? We'll take a look in a moment. But first, let's take a look at that forecast with meteorologist Kathy Orr, who's live in the Weather Center with the bottom line for tomorrow. Hi, Kathy.
Well, good evening, David. The bottom line is temperatures will soar yet another day, but even higher than they did today, well above normal for this time of year. Here's a look at our current numbers. Right now, with clear skies and also calming winds, we have a temperature of 44 degrees. The winds out of the west at 15, but they will continue to diminish overnight tonight. For tomorrow, wake up to temperatures chilly in the 30s, but by the end of the day, the high temperature near 60 degrees. With light winds, it will be picture perfect. Plenty of sunshine. Enjoy the day because the rain returns on Wednesday. We'll talk about that in the holiday weekend forecast in just a little bit. David?
All right, Kathy, we'll see you then. In the meantime, the Dow Jones Industrial Average closed above 9,000 points for the first time in history today after getting a boost from the biggest merger on record. Banking giant Citicorp and Travelers Group merged. Chip Hooley of Tucker Anthony in Syracuse says look for other financial giants to follow suit. And with all of this talk of the stock market reaching record levels, Hooley says even someone who doesn't directly invest in the market wins.
Through 401ks and retirement plans, and if some people aren't involved in a 401k plan, they might have be a part of a company's pension plan, and of course that pension plan is involved in the market, so those assets are going that way. So people are involved a lot in an indirect way.
Now, Hooley says expect blue chips to reach 10,000 and 11,000 in the not-so-distant future. He says there will be a pullback at some point, but with so many baby boomers investing, he expects the market will be solid for the next 5 to 10 years. That is indeed good news. It was the apartment of their dreams, but a Central New York couple wasn't allowed to rent a Solvay apartment. The reason may shock you. It was the color of their daughter's skin that stopped the Central New York couple from renting a Solvay apartment. The couple took their complaints to the Fair Housing Council of Central New York. Undercover testers were sent to the apartment and clear evidence of discrimination was discovered. Just last month, the couple won a $10,000 settlement.
Stuck up for her rights. That's what we did. And, you know, our rights as people. I mean, we could live anywhere we want to live. I mean, money's green. I mean, that's all that should be, you know, matter.
Now, if you feel you've been discriminated against in the housing market, you can call the Fair Housing Council of Central New York. Here is the phone number, 471-0420. That number again, 471-0420. In 1994, he was the only pollster to predict George Pataki would be New York's next governor. Now John Zogby is going out on a limb again, this time in the race for U.S. Senate.
I think the guy to watch in all this is Mark Green. You've got Green with a focused issue. You've got Green a series of issues. Nobody really knows what Geraldine Ferraro is saying just yet.
He also says Green may be the only Democrat who can outpoll incumbent Republican Al D'Amato on the issues. Downstate Congressman Chuck Schumer is also after D'Amato's seat. More than 100 Central New York women took part in a nationwide test that's being called a medical breakthrough in the battle against breast cancer. Jamesville resident Sue Eisholer was one of 13,000 women nationwide taking part in the two-year study. Medical experts say the study proved that the drug tamoxifen actually prevents breast cancer in close to half the women who are at high risk of developing the disease. Volunteers like Sue fall in the high-risk category.
I think it's really, really important to do this kind of study. And I realize that there have not in the past been a lot of studies on women's health. And I think this is really critical if this is being done.
In order to take part in the study, Sue had to take 2 pills a day for 2 years. As we continue this Monday night on News 5 at 11, they say home is where the heart is, but for a group of guys in Ohio, it's where the beer is. They'll explain. And Lost in Space knocks Titanic out of #1, but does the film have enough gas to last? We'll have a review of that movie coming up in Nightlife. Plus, you can expect to see this car on the roads at the turn of the century. Right now, though, the only place you'll find it is on a computer. Future Watch is next.
You're watching News 5 at 11 with David Muir, meteorologist Kathy Orr with Bottom Line Weather, and Rob King with sports.
News 5 is brought to you by Lincoln Financial Group. Clear solutions in a complex world.
I have a boss. I have a mother-in-law. I also have a teenage daughter. I don't need someone else telling me what to do. I need someone who will listen.
You tell us your goals, your situation, and your concerns. We'll provide clear, understandable solutions to help you manage your finances. Lincoln Financial Group. Clear solutions in a complex world.
A husband and wife team are about to go through a separation from the jet boat. You shoot it, we show it on Real TV.
Tuesday at 7:30 on TV5.
The best mix at work is on Y94 FM.
Get on your feet. You're here.
Central New York's best mix of the 80s and 90s is Y94 FM.
I'm crazy for you. All I wanna do is have some fun.
Remember, the best mix at work is always on Y94 FM. The best mix of the 80s and 90s.
Introducing the Sicilian pizza from Pizza Hut. This ain't no ordinary pizza. It's a date with the bomb squad. It's oregano, basil, and garlic packed so tightly into the crust it'll make your eyeballs sweat. This ain't no Waltzin' Matilda debutante cotillion. It's an in-your-face headbanger's ball. This is the most intense-tasting pizza we've ever made. The energized, kicking the teeth, and mother of all pizzas. The new Sicilian pizza from Pizza Hut for only $8.99. Can you handle it?
Also new at Pizza Hut, pasta bakes meals, 4 great tastes at a price you can't handle, starting at just $4.99.
When it comes to the auto industry, computers truly seem to be everywhere, from running assembly lines to helping control everything from a car's stereo to its exhaust system. But the computer's greatest impact may be during the earliest part of the vehicle's creation, the design phase. And in tonight's Future Watch, the digital birth of one remarkable car. What you're looking at is the future of automobile design, not because of its sleek 21st century style, but because it's the first American supercar designed completely on a computer. What's remarkable about the design of the Predator is its astonishingly short pre-production process, from a germ of an idea to final draft in a mere 3 months.
The ability to build the car wasn't the problem. The time to market was really the quest, and it did cut time to market in half.
Many computer and software heavyweights, including Hewlett-Packard and Unigraphics, helped in the car's design. Each company's software allows the team to visualize each part and analyze its relationship to the overall design. The virtual prototyping helped eliminate most of the unknowns of designing the Predator and basically guaranteed that parts built in different locations would fit together perfectly.
Technology of designing automobiles is to the point now where, unless you're using computer systems of the highest technology, you can't have what's called a co-collaborative type of arrangement with other companies.
The next hurdle for the creators will be to finish the prototype of the Predator and then set up production.
I don't harbor any thoughts of being the next General Motors or Ford or Chrysler. I mean, that's just not going to happen in this country. The best one can hope for is to be something the size of Lamborghini, where you're putting out about 2,000 cars a year. But we're even pulling back to be more modest than that. We're going to build somewhere around 250 of these cars.
Now, for all of you interested in buying the Predator, the release of what is being called the fastest all-American supercar is slated for late 1999. And the cost, you ask? A mere $150,000. As we continue here on News 5 at 11, a look at the movie that knocked Titanic from its throne at the box office. We will have a review of Lost in Space. Can it keep it up?
And in the 5cast, we look ahead to one more day of mild temperatures and sunshine, and then the rain comes in. We'll have details when we come back. But first, you're watching News 5 at 11. High temperature for the day made it to a seasonable 52, the low 32. We'll be right back.
News 5 is brought to you by Wegmans, inviting you to come to Campagna.
Are you looking for real savings every day? Then come to Wegmans. Now this week, large crisp bunches of green seedless grapes from California are just 89 cents a pound. A half gallon of Edie's ice cream, just $1.79 with your Shoppers Club card. And 12 packs of Pepsi in 12-ounce cans are just $2.48 with your Shoppers Club card. Wegmans, how much can we save you?
How much can we save you?
Rob, you're restocking housewares. Shirley, you're on register 8. You in the yellow. You know what to do.
We're rolling back prices all over the store to save you even more. Always low prices, always Walmart.
They play great pop music, all my favorite songs.
Syracuse is talking about 93Q.
They play today's best music.
The best new hits.
Because I always know I can tune in and hear something that I like.
Matchbox 20.
Jules.
Celine Dion.
93Q, the #1 hit music station.
#1.
And all my favorites.
Backstreet Boys.
Paula Cole.
93Q. It's up to date.
Fun. Little Lamps. Amy and Ted.
No, Ted and Amy.
Oh my goodness, it is funny.
93Q, the #1 hit music station.
I don't listen to that station.
You're an entrepreneur. You're in it for the love. You're in it for the reward. You're in it for the passion. You're in it up to your eyeballs. Fleet's Easy Business Package can help. It offers you better ways to manage your money, keep track of it, and invest it. So while you're making it, we'll help you manage it. Fleet, we're ready when you are.
Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine.
It's always a good day around here when the sun comes out, and tomorrow is actually going to be better than today, isn't it?
It certainly is. The hits keep coming, that's for sure, especially in the weather department. We're going to be seeing some April showers, but that comes on Wednesday, and looks like it will be out of here by the weekend.
Good deal.
That's right. Let's take you outdoors to a bit of a brisk night throughout central New York. The moon was picture perfect. You could see it with the clear skies. Dry conditions out there, very low humidity. The winds are diminishing. The sky is clear. That means we're going to be seeing very cold temperatures overnight tonight. Lows in the 30s, but rebounding tomorrow to nearly 60 degrees. The bottom line, plenty of sunshine, winds out of the northwest, about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Along the whole satellite view of the nation, we're seeing generally clearing throughout the eastern half, but the western half seeing some problems with showers and storms pulling up from Dallas-Fort Worth all the way up in a line through areas of Oklahoma, extending up into Minneapolis-St. Paul and also the Dakotas. Showers and some storms associated with a couple areas of low pressure that will help to lift this warmth toward our region for tomorrow, and then bring some rain showers into our weather picture by Wednesday. In the meantime, this is a look at our jet stream through midweek. A little bit of a cool day today, a very chilly morning tomorrow, but by tomorrow afternoon, we'll watch the jet lift toward the north, and as it does, it will allow this mild air into our region, at least for tomorrow and also for Wednesday. For Thursday and Friday, we'll see the rain, but we will be staying in seasonable temperatures, or territory, I should say. Here's a look at your forecast then. Overnight tonight, winds diminishing between 10 and 20 miles an hour, diminishing to around 10 miles an hour overnight. Clear skies, the low 30. For tomorrow, a chilly start, a pleasant finish. The high temperature near 60 with sunny skies. Enjoy. And for the 5-cast, showers moving in on Wednesday. Possibility of showers on Thursday, maybe even a lingering shower on Friday, but we dry out nicely for the weekend. Saturday's high, 56 degrees. The bottom line is tomorrow. Good afternoon to
play a little.
I was going to say.
Well, we didn't say.
No, I was going to say to arrange a tea time.
I think those golf courses will be pretty busy tomorrow.
There you go. Tomorrow's the day.
Meet you out there. Rob King is coming up next in sports tonight, and it wasn't Valentine's Day at Shea Stadium for the Mets and their manager. And the SU football team gets ready for their spring game. It's all coming up next. But first, here's what's coming up on tonight's Late Show. David Letterman.
Tonight on The Late Show, Dave's talking to Matt LeBlanc, Nastasia Henstridge, and music by the Lins.
And you're applauding. Well, I appreciate that.
Tonight on Dave.
Auto insurance. There's liability, collision, deductibles, and then the cost. Hello. Let's talk Avomark. Call them toll-free. Talk to a live personal agent who can save you up to $400 a year. The right coverage, easy to switch, and won't cost me my firstborn. 1-888-AVOMARK. Or visit their website, Avomark. Save some bucks. Avomark. Turning insurance around.
Trucks, cars, imports,
you name it. The deluxe lube and oil service from Walmart's Tire and Lube Express with Pennzoil or Quaker State at a great low price every day. We have Goodyears, BF Goodrich, we even have Michelin's, all at everyday low prices. It's all here at Walmart, plus a few things you won't find anywhere else.
I did my shopping. I was ready to go, and so was my car.
Hey, bring whatever you drive to Walmart's Tire and Lube Express. We'll take care of your car while you take care of the rest.
It's time to draw the line on radio in this town. On this side, the obnoxious kids station. And on this side, that rock and roll station. Can you say loud? But right here in the middle is the station I like. Light 105.9 plays soft and relaxing favorites of yesterday and today. Light 105.9, the softest place on your radio dial.
Light 105.9.
Beginning tonight with a little bit of baseball and the Yanks, right?
You know it. We had the Mets earlier today. We'll get to them in a minute, but the Yanks out on this West Coast swing. Good evening. It's been a tough way for the Yankees and their fans to start the 1998 season. A West Coast swing through Anaheim, Oakland, and Seattle, meaning the games don't start until 10 p.m. at our time at the earliest. Tonight, the Yanks opened up a 3-game series against the Mariners. Take you out to Kingdome. There is Lou Piniella, the ex-Yankee skipper, current Mariners manager, looking unconcerned. And why not? He's got Ken Griffey Jr. on his team. He latches a single to right off Andy Pettitte. Joey Cora comes around to score. Ems took a 1-0 lead. It was 2-0 in the top of the third. Bases loaded, 2 out. And Tino Martinez at the plate for the Yanks. He drills one to left field off Jamie Moyer, but Glenn Allen Hill, a sliding grab to preserve the shutout for now. In the top of the fourth, the Mariners lead by a score of 2-0. Elsewhere in the American League, the only other game completed today, Chicago beating Texas. Final score was 5-4. Well, it's not February 14th, which means it's not Valentine's Day. But Mets manager Bobby Valentine doesn't need to be told twice it wasn't his day either. The Mets lost this afternoon, and Valentine was tossed out of the game to boot. Take you down to Shea Stadium for the highlights of this game. Pick it up, 1 out in the first, 1-1. Bobby Jones gives up a little flare to Turner Ward to make that a 1-1 count. Runner out at third, but 2-run score. That made it 2-0. And then Bobby Valentine and Frank Pulley going nose to nose, cap to cap. Valentine's going to lose this argument. Mets are going to lose the game. Bucks win. Final score was 4-2. Elsewhere, Milwaukee beats Florida 8-5. Houston pounded Colorado 13-4. And Chicago slipped past Montreal. Well, this season has been like an old Paul Simon song for the New York Knicks. The nearer their destination, the more they're slip-sliding away. There are just a handful of games left in the regular season, but the Knicks are taking on water faster than the Titanic and are in danger of sinking out of the playoff picture. One of those teams chasing them, the New Jersey Nets. They were in action tonight with Keith Van Horn taking on Charlotte. Check out this play. Van Horn to Cassell, back to Van Horn. Beautiful passing. Cassell, 11 assists, a career-high 35 points. The Nets roaring their approval. Kerry Kittles added 23. New Jersey wins 125-115, 1 game in front of Washington, a game and a half ahead of Orlando, and just 1 behind the Knicks in the loss column. Meanwhile, Orlando, playoff intensity for Chuck Daly's team, too, taking on the 76ers. Derek Harper and Allen Iverson. Horace Grant and Derek Coleman. That shove for Coleman gets him ejected, but it was magic. Presto, Derek Harper for 3. Harper, the veteran, had 21 points. Then Orlando turns up the defense in transition. At the end of this, Mark Price will wind up with a layup. The Magic win 113-92 to keep their slim playoff hopes alive. And finally, the annual Syracuse football scrimmage will be held this Thursday at the Carrier Dome. It's the last chance for Coach Paul Pasqualoni to evaluate his team until the workouts begin this summer. One thing Coach P can feel pretty good about is the quarterback position. It is in good hands with Donovan McNabb next season returning. Meanwhile, Malik Campbell is trying to make the transition from hardwood to the gridiron.
It was kind of funny the first day, putting on my pads and everything. I felt kind of funny because I ain't did it in so long, but after a couple of days of it, I got used to it, so it's coming around now.
A lot of guys are feeling confident about the things that's going on right now. We're making good reads, good checks. Mehdi and Malik are looking pretty well, looking pretty good. So, you know, me being a leader on this team, I think I need to step up a little bit more. That's what I'm doing, and I'm just trying to lead these guys in the right direction.
Man, oh man, football season in Michigan and Tennessee right around the corner. Can't wait.
Must be nice to be good enough to play in the hardwood and the football field.
That's two guys that have done it. And yes, Malik Campbell, I think, is going to try to do both, at least for the foreseeable future.
Well, we wish him well.
Yeah.
Rob,
Right
thanks.
around the corner? What are you talking
It's football
about?
season.
The spring
Can't
game.
come too soon.
When we return here on News 5 tonight, we will take a look at a house with an intoxicating decor. And next, a review of the movie Lost in Space. Will it be #1 for long? Dennis Cunningham has a review coming up, but first, your winning lottery numbers.
OnBank is now M&T Bank, which means with 24-hour telephone banking and free PC banking, you can choose to bank right from your home. M&T Bank, all the bank you'll ever need.
I've always had a thing for the outdoors, so I jumped at the chance to help Walmart's environmental program adopt a section of the San Marcos River. Our job is to keep it clean and make sure it stays a safe place for our kids, and even their kids. But it's even more important than that, because it's not only our playground, it's also home to several endangered animals and plants. That's why Walmart's been involved with the environment for years, because we live here too. And we believe good works.
Drop by drop, gallon after gallon, your household uses a river of water every month. And the water bill can make it seem like Niagara Falls. But Anderson Water Systems will pay that bill for 6 months if we can give you a free in-home demonstration. There's no obligation to buy. We'll even show you how you could pay for your system in detergent savings alone. So call Anderson Water Systems today.
Tap into better water. Tap into Anderson.
OnBank is now M&T Bank, which means if you need to pay for an education, a new car, or home improvements, you can borrow up to 100% of the equity in your home. M&T Bank, all the bank you'll ever need.
Topping nightlife tonight for 15 long weeks. We've wondered what it would be to to knock Titanic from #1. And tonight we can tell you it's Hollywood's high-tech remake of the campy 1960s TV series Lost in Space. The movie took in $20 million, beating Titanic by more than $8 million. But can Lost in Space repeat next weekend? Not if Dennis Cunningham has anything to say about it. Here's his review.
Lost in Space, the movie, looks a lot more like many other outer space movies than it does the 60s TV series about Space Family Robinson. Same characters, though updated, of course, different actors. William Hurt, now Professor Robinson, Mimi Rogers, his updated too savvy scientific wife, and Matt LeBlanc, your friend, and the ever-sinister Gary Oldman as the ever-sinister Dr. Smith. But for far too long, the thrill is pretty much gone.
Once both gates are complete, ships will be able to pass instantaneously between them. Immediate colonization of Alpha Prime.
Yes, it is time for a nap. In fact, a great deal of the movie, before the big finish, is very slow-going, full of very dreary dialogue.
We're lost, aren't we?
Why, yes, you are, Penny, and for quite a long while, too, mostly because a large part of the movie might be titled Robinson Family Values. There's an awful lot of family unit talk. Fear not, though. There are an abundance of special effects, and we might as well take a brief look at those, because a brief look is what they deserve, since they take up a lot of space where the movies should be.
Warning, warning.
Okay, warning, remember warning. Directed by Stephen Hopkins, written in uninspired fashion by Akiva Goldsman, so only time will tell. It had a good first weekend, but only time will tell if Lost in Space takes its place with other TV series turned to inglorious films like Flipper, Car 54, Where Are You?, The Beverly Hillbillies, a very Brady sequel, McHale's Navy. I think I'm the only person who ever saw McHale's Navy, but anyway, right now, the final number 3 is a pretty good hint. I'm Dennis Cunningham for CBS News.
I don't think Dennis liked that one. Here's a look at how the rest of the weekend shaped up. Mercury Rising opened at #3. The re-release of Grease fell to 4th place. And Primary Colors with John Travolta as well hung on at #5. Up next here on News 5, Kathy has the bottom line on tomorrow morning's commute. And next here, this house is filled with love. The love of beer, that is. And that story when we come back.
one around just in case.
Walmart everyday low prices means everything, every day.
Everyday low prices really mean something at Walmart.
Every single item in the store, every day.
Every blouse, every dress, all my kitchen appliances.
Everyday low prices means you don't have to wait for an ad to get the best price.
Shampoo, mouthwash, games for the kids, all my son's sports stuff. I know I can always save at Walmart.
Low prices every day on everything you need. Always low prices, always Walmart.
A supermarket ham can't live up to holiday expectations.
Ham.
Trust the real holiday specialists, the original honey-baked ham company. Their lean, delicious ham smothered in its famous crackling sweet glaze, a favorite for over 40 years. And now, enjoy scrumptious home-style side dishes and rich, creamy desserts. To make your occasion truly special, come to the Honey Baked Ham Store. No one sets the table like Honey Baked.
Kathy's in now with the bottom line on some beautiful weather you'll face tomorrow.
Tomorrow's the day. Eat outside, get outside, have a late tea time or an early tea time, whatever.
Don't show up at work.
Here's the bottom line. Wake up to 36, but look at the afternoon, the high near 60. Enjoy it.
Thanks, Kathy. And finally tonight, you probably heard of the old song, 99 Bottles of Beer on the Wall. But how about 25,000? 17 college roommates have lined the walls of the house, their house, with cans and bottles of Busch beer. They call themselves the Busch Brothers, but it's not blood that links these men, it's the love of beer. The Busch Brothers put the cans on the walls, ceilings, and anywhere else they can find space. The next project for these beer lovers is to can the outside of the house. I think that house is up on the SU Hill.
Are they full or are they empty?
I would guess that they're probably empty, but by everyone who is of age, right?
I guess so.
I certainly hope so.
Yes, I hope so.
Hope that house is in your neighborhood once they get to the outside of it. We'll meet you back here tomorrow at 11. Good night, everyone.
A unique Easter dessert.
Cakes in the shape of eggs.
On the next Martha Stewart Living.
Only on TV5.
Each new day brings more new fun. Memories in the making.
Seems like every day the kids just do something that I want to take a picture of.
Every smile's a special one. A treasure for the taking.
I can't wait around for specials. I might miss something important, so I take my film back to Walmart. Their prices are as low as they can be all the time, every day, and they do a great job.
Always great pictures, always low prices at Walmart.
At Fred Rayner Car Companies, we understand that everybody's different. A truck isn't for everyone. Now that's better. That's why we have 6 franchises in the largest used car inventory around. Our customers say we've got the lowest prices with no pressure tactics. And when it comes to service, well, you get the picture. So the next time you need a new or used car or truck, visit Fred Rayner Car Companies in Fulton. But if you want a new friend, extend a paw and adopt a pet today.
Drop by drop, gallon after gallon, your household uses a river of water every month. And the water bill can make it seem like Niagara Falls. But Anderson Water Systems will pay that bill for 6 months if we can give you a free in-home demonstration. And there's no obligation to buy. We'll even show you how you could pay for your system in detergent savings alone. So call Anderson Water Systems today.
Tap into better water. Tap into Anderson.
Local news, weather, and scores when you need them. CBS.com.